Welcome to the Leather Journey. I'm Dex, and we just got back from a long road trip, and I'm going to talk about a couple of the toys I picked up along the way. But this is Bunny, my Coton de Toulier. She's my unofficial clickbait, but she does this to help earn her kibble. So we're going to let her go off and play, and I'm going to show you a couple of things I got at TestFest. So TestFest was in New Jersey, in Piscataway, New Jersey, and Whypy at Canes4Pain made me a couple of new canes. I've got another road trip coming up soon. We're going out to visit our friends at the Arizona Power Exchange at Apex in Phoenix, and I'm going to be doing a caning workshop. For those of you that have not looked at the caning playlist on this channel, I recommend you do so. And then look at toy reviews. I think that's the name of the playlist, where I talk about different vendors and their handicrafts they're making. So for those of you that have seen the caning playlist, you know I have an extensive collection of canes, but what I didn't have was a British school cane or school punishment cane, and those traditionally are made out of rattan and have a curved handle. And that handle is really handy for wielding the cane and orientating it for the cane strike. And I didn't have, out of all the canes I have, I did not own British school canes, so I said, Whypy, make me a couple of canes, please. So I have a 30-inch, which actually is I really like 30-inch canes. Some people prefer 24-inch. 24-inch are a little less hard to break. The longer the cane, the easier it is to break, and the better your technique has to be so that you don't break it. So this is a 30-inch, and then I asked her to make me a 36-inch. The 36-inch I really love because of the flexibility of the cane, and I'm not going to whip it because I don't want to break it. But with a cane this long, it's important that the cane strike occur in the last third of the cane. Otherwise, you stand a real good chance of breaking the tip. If you break the tip on a long cane because your technique is poor, don't go back to the cane vendor and ask them to replace the cane because you have poor technique, okay? Just recognize if you're wielding a long cane, your technique has to be good, and if it's not, you stand an increased chance of breaking the cane. But I wanted a 36-inch one because there's a technique I demo where I lower the fulcrum point below the striking area. So my fulcrum point is down here and my strike area is above it. And then I use the flexibility of the cane to kind of do a whipping technique or a whip it technique, which is a little different caning technique. I would say it's an advanced technique that my friend Glorious in Phoenix taught me. So there you have it, two school canes, British school canes, beautiful little canes. I'm looking forward to playing with them. And then for the longest time, I didn't have in my collection a Birch bundle. And Canes4Pain offers Birch bundles only a certain time of the year because it's a natural product and it has to be harvested and put into a bundle. And you soak these in water before you use them. You also recognize that there's going to be some breakage over time and that you're going to have to replace it. But it's a fun toy to play with, and stingy. Reminds me of back in my childhood when Mom would hand me a butcher knife and tell me to go cut a switch. So it kind of reminds me of a bundle of switches that Whypy's put together with some really pretty ribbon to help hold it together. You wouldn't have to have that handle like that, but Whypy at Canes4Pain is not only an artisan and a craftsman, but she's an artist. So again, thanks for watching Whips in the Dungeon. The Vendors Mart at TestFest, as a general rule, is quality vendors, top-notch vendors around the country that go to that event. And it's always a good vending event. I got a few other things to show you in another video. Remember, ring the bell, subscribe at a minimum, and consider joining the channel. Small channels like this don't make ad revenue, very little ad revenue, and the way that we're able to keep going is by your generosity and becoming a member and providing a small monthly subscription. As always, thanks for watching The Leather Journey.